Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Sabbath to you, to our mummies and daddies, uncles and aunties, grannies, grandmas. Happy Sabbath. And to you who are viewing for the first time, we welcome you. Glad that you can join us. Well, you know, this is the Children's Corner, and we have a story for you. But before we give you our story, could you remember our first story? It was about a short man. Yes, that was Zacchaeus. You remember Zacchaeus after he met Christ? Oh, he was a changed man, and we are glad for that. And that reminds us, when Christ comes into our heart, we become changed. What about our second story? It was about a man who took a ride in a fish for 3 whole days. Yes, that was Jonah. And we know that Jonah became obedient, didn't he? Yes, and your mummies and daddies could read that story for you in the book of Jonah. So today we have another story. It's a story about a queen, but I wouldn't tell you who she was. It's you would have to guess. Okay? So listen up.
What? My God. What am I to do? What does he expect from me? Oh, how? Oh, hi, boys and girls. What are you doing here? Your parents know that you're here? Oh, you've got me at such a bad time. See, I'm expected to do something I'm too afraid to do. I don't know how they want me to do this. Me, little me. I don't know what to do. See, I am expected to go before the king. And law is, if the king does not summon you, no matter who you are, you will be put to death. You will be killed on the spot. And they want me to do this. But I have to. I've prayed and I've fasted. My people have prayed and fasted. Yet still I'm afraid. I am so afraid. Where do I get the courage to do this? Do you know who I am? You don't know who I am? Maybe I can give you a clue. I'm a queen. Queen of Persia. My husband is King Xerxes I. But even though I'm queen, I cannot go to him unsummoned. I will die. I'm a Jew. My cousin sent me this letter telling me that I am put here for such a time as this, that God has placed me here and I have to stand for my people or we will die. But how do I do that? See, this wicked Haman wants us dead. He hates the Jews. And he has forced the king, he has tricked the king rather into signing this decree that all Jews should die. But they're asking me. And if I do not go before the king, they will. So it's either I die or they die. What would you do, boys and girls? If you were me, would you go before the king? Do you think you would be brave enough? How do I get the courage? I know what I have to do. I know that God has put me here. I know that I'm purposed within my heart to serve him, to do what he asked me to do. So, I have to go to him. I have to do what it takes. So pray for me, for I am going to do it. I know that God will go with me. He has placed me here and he will go with me. So pray for me. I will go before the king. And if I perish, I perish. My God, you have been so good to me. I thank you. Oh, hi again, boys and girls. I am so filled with joy. For you see, God took me through it. God carried me through. I was so afraid. I was so afraid that I would die, but God kept me and gave me the courage to be brave and to do what He expected of me. And boys and girls, if it's one thing you should know, is that no matter what you face, no matter how scared you get, God can give you the courage to do anything. You just have to put your trust in Him. Have faith and believe that He can guide you through it all. And I'm sure there are some times in your lives when you probably were a bit scared. Maybe just to tell somebody about God, you're probably a little bit worried and scared that they make fun of you. But don't. Because if God could give me, Queen Esther, the courage to face the king, even though I may have faced that, He can give you that courage to do anything. So be brave, boys and girls, just like I've been brave. Go tell your friends, your mommy, your daddy, tell them that God can do anything you need Him to do for you. He can give you the courage to stand up, to purpose within yourself, to do what He expects of you. So boys and girls, pray. Pray so that God can give you the strength that you need to stand for Him, just like I stood. Okay? So have a good day, okay? Bye.
Yes, boys and girls, that was Queen Esther. She went into the room to speak with the king, and he stretched out his scepter, and she touched it and was able to have an audience with the king. Now, remember, that was unprecedented. She could have died because no one could go unto the king unless being summoned by the king. Yes, but he listened to her, and she explained to him what was happening with that wicked man Haman. Eventually, Haman was hung. But because of Esther's bravery, her people were saved. Mordecai was saved. Her life was also saved. So boys and girls, we should not be afraid. We have a mighty power that goes with us, and that's the power of God. We have nothing to fear because God is always with us. Let us trust Him. Let us be true and let us be faithful. He is always by our side. So don't be afraid. We can pray, and He has promised that He will be with us always, even unto the end. Bye. See you next week.